So I stumbled across Hostman yesterday on Reddit, and I was really impressed with what the team there had done. I can honestly say that it's the first time I've deployed to a cloud hosting app before even having a password set up on that cloud hosting app. So you'll see what I mean here in just a second. Hostman supports front-end apps, back-end apps, Docker containers, and databases. Today, we're just going to go over setting up a React app. So before we get started, let's go ahead and get that React app set up. This way it could go ahead and do its thing while we're signing up for Hostman. Now, check out how when I go to sign up, I'll just use an old-fashioned email. I'm able to make an entire account without even entering anything else except my email. I don't need to enter a password, nothing. So everything's really intuitive. We're going to go ahead and make a front-end app. It's going to be from our public repo, which we'll set up here on GitHub. Any public repository would work. We're just using GitHub for this demo. We'll snag this for the clipboard. Now we'll wait till this finishes setting up, and then we'll go ahead and we'll attach it to our repo that we just made by adding the remote origin. Now we'll be able to push. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and add our public repo, use this repository, React framework, and of course, these are the standard options. It builds to the build directory using yarn build. And just like that, it's starting the build and it's starting the deployment. So you'll see that it's actually starting up a container. So that's how they actually compile everything themselves. And then within that container, it's just doing the standard things that we do in a React app, installing all of the dependencies. Then it'll go ahead and build that React app. And then we should see it deployed here in just a couple of minutes. So just to take some notes on a couple of things as we're waiting for that to load, you already have a subdomain set up with them, but of course you have the ability to add custom domains and also the environment section. That's where you'll go ahead and put environment variables that you don't want to deploy with your app. So that's for things like sensitive information, API keys, things like that. All right, so the dependencies are done installing and our deployment should be taking place soon. So in this step, I believe that they're going to go ahead and start the actual deployment under the hood. So that's why there's a little bit of a pause here. I noticed that at first as well, but it'll go ahead and it'll pick up just shortly here. Perfect. Yeah, so what that did there was actually create the Docker image, which is why it took a second there. And seems to be progressing, almost done. Deployment successfully completed. Let's go check it out. And there you have it, a React app deployed in less than a couple of minutes. And we could easily just make edits. It will automatically update the site whenever we make updates to this GitHub repo. So it automatically syncs. It's a really cool service. They just released it, so I'm sure they're going to be adding things as time progresses. Feel free to leave any notes or thoughts below.